forsake thee. So God is always going to be with us. Yes. He'll never leave us nor forsake us. And we just have to stand when we believe in God until it comes. Yes. Stand until you win. Yes. Stand until you see the manifestation of what you're believing for. Just keep on standing. After you've done all to stand, what do you do? Stand. Keep on standing. Amen. Stand. And then, you know, if you feel like you can't stand, ask God to help you stand. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Now let's look at Genesis. Wait a minute. We're talking about close proximity. We said that. Well, let's go there first. Let's go to, let's see now. Okay. Glory to God. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes. Okay. Well, praise God for Jesus. Anyway. Anyway, we're going to go to Genesis. Genesis chapter 16, verses 1 through 16. We're going to we're going to start reading about Abraham and Sarai, which is when they were Abram and Sarah. Turn to Genesis chapter 16, 1 through 16. Abram agreed to what Sarah. Oh, wait a minute. Sarah told Abram. Okay, let's tell the story first. What happened was, God had promised, everybody knows this, God had promised Abram and Sarah that they would have a child. Yes. They haven't had any children. In those days, if you didn't have children, you felt like you were cursed. The women thought they were cursed and they were not blessed. They were only blessed after they had children. So they felt like God didn't, something was wrong that the reason they didn't have children. So God promised them that they would have children. They didn't have the children and they were standing. And after they stood so long, then they got tired. They didn't stay in the seat. They didn't stay under the shadow. They decided to do their own thing, right? So they decided to do their own thing. And it was Sarah's idea. Yes, so she calls her husband in, everybody knows this. She calls her husband in and says, look, okay, we haven't had this child in all these years. It's been at least 10 years that we've been believing God for. And we haven't had this child, so we need to have a child. So why don't I call in my servant Hagar, and you can have sex with her, and then we can have a child from her. And that can start our family. So, of course, he agreed. I mean, you know, wives have a real good influence on husbands. Influence wives have on them. And so, you know, it was just like when Eve. It was just like when Eve. That's so same old thing, you know, same old thing. So here she is, Sarah telling Abram, come on, let's go and do this. And he said, oh yeah, okay, we're gonna do it. So they did. And so when they did, then Hagar got pregnant, and then after she got pregnant, her pride came in, and she had an attitude. And she had an attitude against Sarah, and then Sarah got mad with her, and Sarah got mad with her husband, and blamed her husband for what happened. But it was Sarah's idea all the time. But she blamed her husband. Like, look what you did. God's gonna decide if it's you or me. Now she said something like that. I'm paraphrasing. Anyway, so after all of this happened, then Hagar gets upset because Sarah gets mean with her after Hagar has an attitude. Everybody in the house has an attitude.
Lord have mercy.
Everybody in the house got an attitude. Yes. And the attitude is not towards God. You know, the carnality now has saturated the atmosphere, the hemisphere, the stratosphere, the region, and domain. All around them is carnality now. Yep. So then Sarah gets upset and mistreats, mistreats Sarah. So Sarah mistreats Hagar. Yes. So Hagar runs away. Yes. So here she is running away, and she's running away in the wilderness. Now she's a servant. She doesn't have any money. She doesn't know where she's going. So she runs she's upset, she's pregnant, she's running away, and she doesn't know what's going to happen the next day. So this is where we are now. This is what's happened. So then, we're going to go to Genesis chapter 16. Okay, we're there right now, right? Yes. So Abram agreed to what Sarah said. So after Abram had been living in Canaan 10 years, Sarah, his wife, took her Egyptian slave, Hagar, and gave her to her husband to be his wife. He slept with her, and she conceived. And so, when she knew she was pregnant, she began to despise her mistress. Then Sarah said to Abram, you are responsible for this wrong I'm suffering. I put my slave in your arms, and now she knows she's pregnant. She despises me. May the Lord judge between you and me. In other words, you and mom, all this. So all this has happened. Your slave is in your hands, Abram said. Do with her whatever you think. Then Sarah mistreated Hagar. So she fled. She runs away. Although Hagar ran from Sarah into the wilderness, apparently she cried out to the Lord while she was in the midst of the wilderness. That's what I wrote. So she was in the wilderness. She didn't know where she was going. But apparently, she still wanted to be under the shadow of the Almighty God. Look at verse number 12. This is where she cried out to the Lord. It says, verse number 12, 16:12. The angel of the Lord said to her, you are now pregnant, and you will give birth to a son. You shall name him Ishmael. That means I hear. For the Lord has heard of your misery. That means she'd been praying, so the Lord heard of her misery right in the midst of her running away. He heard her misery, and so he answered her. Remember that verse that says, call on me and I will answer you. I will show you great and mighty things. So he answered her, and he told her, he said, look, you just go right back where you came from. First he asked, he said, wait a minute. He said, where are you coming from? And where are you going? Where are you coming from, little girl? I just think about, you are a servant. Now where do you think you're going? Do you have some other plan? No, my plan is for you to be the servant right in the midst of this thing. The fire is here, but I'm going to get you right through the fire. Then he promised there are going to be descendants that were going to come from her loins. Lots and lots of descendants. But then still not, in order for that to happen, in order for her to stay alive, she needed to go back. Because if she stayed in that wilderness, she would have died. And those descendants never would have come. So even though the plan looked ugly, even though it wasn't even her making, God said, go back there and stay right there, and I'm going to get you right through that thing.
Amen.
Don't you move from that thing. Don't you move from your place that I sent you. So then she went back and she told them what God had done, what God had said to her. So she stayed. She prayed. She stayed in that place. Even though she thought she was going to run away, she came back to her senses when she prayed. And God put her in the right place at the right time. And now we have all these people that came from her loins. Although they still fight. They're still fighting. The Abrahams and the Arabs, or Arabs, fighting against the Jews. They're still fighting. But still in all, her descendants are many. So he said,